U.S. security envoy has discussed with Israeli officials on how to better protect civilians during the war with Hamas in Gaza. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden has also appealed for lives in the Palestinian territory to be saved. Israel has, of course, pounded the 25-mile length of Gaza, killing families in their homes as their war with Hamas has crossed over 2 months. Israeli Defense Minister has stated, while White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, that the ground offensive will last more than several months, but Israel will win and will destroy Hamas. Sullivan has stated in an Israeli TV interview that he spoke to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about when Israel will shift from high-intensity military operations to a more precise, more targeted phase. Sullivan did not provide a specific timeline or elaborate on what such operations would look like, although he stated that Israel was expected to continue its military campaign for some time. With us on the broadcast is my colleague Ajay Jandal. Ajay, over to you. What can you tell our viewers as far as the Israel-Hamas war is concerned, and the US, of course, posing certain, sort of cautionary position right now? They are, in fact, appealing to Israel to, in fact, shift their strategy from relentlessly pounding Gaza to more precise, more targeted operations that are taking place. It seems that my colleague Ajay Jandal is not with us on the broadcast. Meanwhile, also joining us is Mr. Sanjeev Srivastav, who's an international affairs expert. Good morning, sir, and thank you for joining us on NewsX. Developments, of course, taking place in the Middle East. We have the US now appealing to Israel to lower the intensity of their operations against Gaza. What is your take and your opinion about the position of the United States?
Well, Pia, I think United States of America is providing its suggestions to the Israeli defense establishment that it will be better if they take more care and caution while moving ahead with their operation in Gaza, because Pia, a lot of civilians have lost their lives. There have been enormous collateral damages and civilian casualties has been huge, and that must be avoided. And for that to do, I think the United States of America is giving its suggestion to the Israel that they should be careful and cautious, and they should do their best to minimize the civilian casualty, collateral damages, and it will be the best if it doesn't occur anymore, because if it happens, if civilian casualties are done more, then there will be enormous and more support for such a situation, and in that process Israeli defense forces will be criticized internationally. And that's what precisely President Biden was of the view, that if civilian casualties are done more in Gaza, then Israel might lose the international support in that process. So I think it is a very important suggestion which is being given by the United States of America to Israel, and Israel must follow it. Israel will have to take all caution and care while moving ahead with the next phases of operation. Yes, one thing is quite certain. Having said that, I would say that Israel's imperative to win this war against terrorism, win this war against Hamas is very well understood. United States of America too understand this very well, and that is why the U.S. National Security Advisor Jack Sullivan, who is visiting Middle East, is obviously of the view that Israel must continue with their operation, and there is no need to stop it. But they will have to carry out in such a fashion that civilian casualties are not done anymore, and that's why precisely America is suggesting Israel that to do the targeted and a low intensity surgical strike like operation in Gaza, so that civilian so lives are not lost anymore. So I think it's a very important suggestion. I am sure that Israeli Defense Forces will give a serious consideration to it, and they will do their best. I'm sure that they are a professional army. They know the international situation. They know the regional, situation, and they should do their best to minimize the civilian casualties in Gaza.
All right.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.